Well, folks, what a wonderful way to say good morning and a pleasant welcome to the TBS here on Truth 96.1 FM. Um, yes, we're trying to raise this volume. Okay.
Well, I get you. I get you.
That's
Did
how
you
they
get
go.
it? I mean, I have I get you.
Yeah, folks, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the TBS here on Truth 96.1 FM, the heart and soul of Liberia. This is where national unity begins. And this quote, it says, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. And the most certain way to succeed is to always try just one more time. Thomas Edison. Yes, this is a beautiful motivational quote this morning. It says our greatest weakness lies in giving up. And the most certain way to see is always to try just one more time. And this is from Thomas Edison. Good morning, folks. Welcome to the TBS here on Truth 96 on 1FM. Today, May 28th, 2024 is the date. And I'm here this morning alongside Ansu Sirleaf, who is on OPS. When he comes back on tomorrow, he will explain. But the truth is, I'm here this morning with Ansu Sirleaf on the TBS. Together, we take you up to 10 o'clock this morning. It's 12 minutes up to 8 o'clock is the time check. And you know, when you mind this theme song, you will continue to play it and play it over and over again. And it always, reminds me about, the time way back then when I was not an on-air personality. I just used to sit home and listen to this theme song when people who came before us were here. And I mean, each time I play this theme song, it brings back some level of memories for me. It appears like a dream come true because when you are still down there and coming up and thinking, well, can I sit here one day? And when you see, no matter what the circumstances are, when you see yourself in a very seat that you dreamed of, absolutely it's a dream come true. So good morning to all of our wonderful listeners this morning. Um, Let me firstly welcome Ansu this morning. Ansu is good to have you this morning. Good morning.
Thank you, Marka, and good morning to you. Good morning to our listeners across the country, especially for those of you there at the three different bulldogs, Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Africa Coast. At this time, you're always monitoring Truth FM, the breakfast show. So, good morning, welcome. It is another day. It is Tuesday, 28th March. Today, wonderful day again, and so good to be back on the TBS.
That's great. Um, it's great to be back on the TBS. I don't know why I'm not getting myself perfectly like I'm getting Ansu. I don't know. But however, let me see. I must do something. Let me see something. Okay. Yes, it's great for us to be here. Folks, thanks for joining us from across the country. Again, our people in Nimba County, Truth FM, Saclay, and
Mhm.
Ban, they are, extending this transmission across the border of Guinea and Ivory Coast. People are also following us live from Cape Town and across the Sierra Leone border. We want to say good morning and thanks to all of you who are always following us on the show this morning. Let me say a special good morning to my brother. Yeah, a special good morning to my brother Pekele Boapi. Pekele is celebrating his birthday on today, and I like to say happy birthday to you, Pekele Boapi, of the Monrovia City Corporation. Well, something must come up, at the weekend. We wish you all the best, bro. And this is one young man who, you know, has made himself available to his colleagues, his friends, most of the time. But we want to say thank you. Wish you a long life, more and many more years to celebrate. Thanks ever so much for who you are and what you've been doing around your friends. Yes, let's bring you what we got for you this morning on the show. This is the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM, the heart and soul of Liberia, and this is where national unity begins. Let's bring you the lineup for the show this morning, and I'm hoping that we can have the papers because I'm not receiving the papers. So we're hoping that we can get the papers. Let's go for the lineup this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Coming up shortly, we'll bring you the health tips with David Coty. That will be followed by the review of the local daily so we can lay our hands on the papers. I've not been able to get a Daily Observer newspaper. William Hammer is still in bed. Um, we have not also been able to get the Women Forces newspaper. The hard paper is coming in bit and pieces. So this program is sponsored by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. In our studio chat this morning, we will re-echo the call by the LACC for funding support to carry on its duties smoothly, including the prosecution of people who have been indicted already. To go through trial. We will talk about that again. We recall one of the first regulations put out by the Liberia National Police. We will talk about that. They talk about these big vehicles carrying the container trucks, not plying the major streets in the day. They also talk about the issue of vehicles carrying sarin and all of that. We'll look at that regulation. They said that before this whole motorcyclist restriction came about. In mixed reactions about the yellow machines continues. We've been following latest development about those who are linked with this entire process, but we will still come up with our opinion and stand with our opinion. The future will judge all of us whether the president, the minister of state, the minister of public works, the senators, members of the House of Representatives, and members of the opposition. Yes, the future will judge all of us. We will make our opinion on this issue. And at 8:20 to 8:30, we give you the opportunity to have interaction this morning on the segment Talk to Your Leaders. 8:30 to 9:05. Former Representative Kennedy of District 1, Monserrato County, Dr. Pee Wee Sando will sit with us on the first segment of the show to talk about his district, the living condition of the citizens in Todi, and some new projects he's undertaking in the district, along with some national um, uh, issues as well concerning the administration. At 10 after 9, we bring you sports, entertainment, and commercials here, brought to you by Orange Liberia and EcoBank Liberia Limited. And at 9:15 to 10 o'clock, like we indicated in the news, it appears like move is shaking. The movement for economic empowerment is shaking. There are suspension and counter suspension, expulsion, and all of that. This morning, we'll play host to two of the expelled officials of the party, the expelled acting chairman, Matthew Sean, and the expelled acting secretary general, Jeremiah Pay, will sit with us on the last segment of the TBS this morning from 9:15 to 10 o'clock to talk about what is happening within the movement for economic empowerment. That party is headed by former foreign minister D. Maxwell Kimiya. So the two officials or expert officials will be here this morning to say how they received the news of their expulsion from the party. So this is the makeup of the breakfast show this morning in the midst of all country first. So yes, and so this is what we got for the show this morning.
So good, Marka. A very good day was set up to serve our people the breakfast this morning. So we hope they stay with us for Nashville up to 10 o'clock as we sit here and provide information for them.
Okay, as we sit here and provide information for them. Coming up shortly, Reverend Groupie, I'm not taking call now. I don't know. Yeah, please. So coming up shortly, we'll take the health tips with David Coty. We expect to just lay our hands on David's call right now to bring you the health tip. That health tip will be followed by the review of the papers as usual here on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Yes, we have the papers. So David Coty will be next with the health tips this morning. Yes, so a lot of sleep carry David. Oh. I thought David sleeping because the way he parked his pickup right in his bedroom, I thought he's sleeping.
They have me for
Maybe he had guests and he's sleeping, but I don't know. David, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ambassador Davis, and good morning to Ansu. This morning,
Good
we're talking
morning.
about sex.
Oh,
Yes, sexual incompatibility is the leading cause of divorce cases all over the world. When man and woman can't be happy with their sex life, it can bring problems. Sometimes people can do divorce because of temper, this, that, but the main thing that can cause people to divorce is sexual incompatibility. And the main reason behind that is erectile dysfunction or sexual weakness in the man. Now, erectile dysfunction or erection is when a man cannot pick up and stay up. Sometimes you pick up, but while you're having sex, you just go down, you go weak, and that can bring a problem. Do not start taking bitter cola or energy drink because of that, because it has caffeine in it. And sometimes if you may even take more than necessary, and that may even make your kids worse. For example, I see some people chewing 2 3 bitter cola. Hey, man, the caffeine is in there. It will trouble you. Even the energy drink. I see people sitting at one table spot, taking 2 3. My friend, you are killing yourself. You're not helping yourself. It is important to see your doctor to run a few tests to know your main cause. There are reasons behind these things. See the doctor. They call them urologists. Talk to them. They will help you. The problem could be your blood vessels. Your blood vessels are clogged, and blood is not flowing to the penis. You see the problem? You don't know what the problem is when you're just taking your beta cola 4, 5, 6. No. The trouble could be because of nerve damage as a result of diabetes. I've always advised you to do your test every time to know where you stand. Diabetes can destroy the nerves, it can damage them. And when that happens, you are in trouble. The trouble could be heart disease. So see your cardiologist. When you see him, he will give you the main reason why the heart is connected to sexual weakness. The trouble could be high cholesterol. Those of you who have high cholesterol, you don't even know, you don't check yourself. And you keep eating meat and eating meat and eating meat and drinking oil. I can't say eating oil. Some of you drink oil. And it is very dangerous for you. The problem could be high blood pressure or obesity. Now, aging could also be a factor. Once you get older, my man, from 40 years old, the strength will reduce a little bit, my friend. Remember this. The normal sex period for a man, the normal period for a man to have sex and ejaculate or come down is 3 to 7 minutes. Sometimes 7 to 13 minutes. Yes, up to maybe 15 minutes. But when a man starts to have sex for 15 to 30 minutes, my friend, you are not a hero. Go and see your doctor. Some men don't even ejaculate. A woman put in for divorce before. I'm not going to tell the name of the town, but I was there. But it was in Lopa County. I was there. I can't put the main name of the town. The woman told her parents, she could no longer stay with the man. The guy could not ejaculate. A woman needs maximum satisfaction, but not maximum pain. Oh yeah, let me repeat that. Every woman wants maximum satisfaction, but not maximum pain. What? 30 minutes for what? Oh, come on, man, get out of there. The nerve, and that could be because the nerve between the spinal cord and the penis may be damaged. Those are some of the reasons for your 30 minutes, and sometimes you can't discharge at all. And you think it's some kind of hero? No. The nerves between the spinal cord and the penis will be damaged. That's why it's always important to seek the doctor's advice before you start taking your fire energy drink. I know you want that too. Yeah, but 1 to 2 minutes is too short. I wanted to call you chicken. You know how the chicken can behave, but when they come down there, they're knocking the feather, they say the hero. 1 to 2 minutes, you are not a good person to the woman. Thank you very much for the time.
Okay. Thank you, David.
All right, bye-bye.
Yes, David Coty there with the health tips is regular here on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Oh yes, another beautiful theme song there for the review of the local dailies. Our first stop this morning is the New Republic newspaper, volume 14, number 93, Tuesday, May 28th. And the banner headline says, Cat eating its own baby. Senator Connor questions government's accusation of 285 equipment. The photograph of Bapolu County Senator Marka is captured alongside President Joseph Boakai on the front page of the New Republic newspaper. Please, not what we are looking for. Yes, and the next story, over 70,000 candidates fill, or 7,000 candidates fill UL entrance. It's another sub-lead story on the front page of the New Republic newspaper. Bombing citizens command Western cluster road rehabilitation. The other story. Hey, the managing editor. Bombing citizens command Western cluster for road rehabilitation. Let's go to the back page of the New Republic newspaper. This one said, I am struggling, but a single mother of four narrates clot-full condition of her children. The photograph of the young mother is captured on the back page of the New Republic newspaper. Criticism mounts over legislators' allocation of millions self-managed projects. I'm seeing the speaker on the pro tem capture on the back page of the New Republic newspaper. Onanunga, appointed as ambassador at large, promises to attract tourists to Liberia. This is Christopher Hayes Onanunga capture with a handshake with President Joseph Boakai on the back page of the New Republic newspaper.
All right, so in my possession, it is the independent newspaper, 15 rice containers coming to Liberia. On now the front page of the independent newspaper, criminals invade the Senate, loot several offices. Right there on now the independent newspaper. Then on now the back page of the independent newspaper, we are asked return to presidency. We seen um, Eugene Namwe is right here on the back page of the independent newspaper. For about Representative Flomo Wongs against mixed information. NMP chief outlines several measures indeed on the back page of the independent newspaper, Marka.
Well, I only have the front page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. And the banner headline US 730,000 payment authorized by Governor Petrie. Wow, CBI clarifies, refutes claim of unscrupulous payment. Well, the person I'm seeing in the photograph at the back of Petrie appears to be humanly Pearson. Yeah, so the photograph is captured here on the front page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. The several payment receipts chakla all over on the front page of the paper. And the sub-lead story, targeted attack, former VP Joel Howard Taylor hunted by unknown assailants. This is big. Former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor targeted by unknown assailants. It's a sub-lead story on the front page of the Hot Pepper newspaper. You can grab a copy for 40 Liberian dollars to read the details of these papers. Yeah, so far these are the papers we have in our possession. Yes,
Yeah.
so we love to say thanks to those of you who were able to send the papers. Uh, Madam, managing editor of the Inquirer newspaper, you also have to sometimes send the papers too. Yes. Uh, I don't know why you didn't send it this morning. If you are sending it, when you forward them to us. Thanks to all of you for following this morning. Just briefly before we can start with our uh, talking points this morning, let me just say a good morning to some of our followers who have joined us on the line this morning. Let me say good morning to Joe. Good morning to Joe Mann. He says good morning, TBS, and also following this morning is Noah C. Elliott from New Israel Community. Good morning and welcome to the show. Joseph William Colley is also following from Wiyala Margibi County this morning. And we have Joseph Ngafwa, who is also following from RGB Kakata this morning. Joshua Pega, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. Elijah K. Colley is also following. A lot of folks are following from RGB County this morning. Councillor E. Thomas Livingstone is following from Kirisburg, Monserrato County. We also have Diamond Felicia Siawe, who is also following from Harrisburg, Philadelphia. Odesco Tape is following this morning on the TBS. Thanks for joining us. We have Alex Colley, who is also from Peensville, following the show this morning. Nuchi Meek, LG Nuchi Meek is following. And thanks for joining this morning from Chiki Supatre in Gardnersville. Lamido Conan is following from Peensville. Thanks for joining us this morning. Rendell Bati, thanks for following the show this morning. Emmett Hammer, always from Kakata, for a little, for a little bureau on the ministry in Kakata. They may have the biggest forex exchange bureau in Kakata City, right on the ministry. When you call it, say little bureau, it's not little. Honorable Danoa Tier is also following, and he's from Kakata also. We have Bobby Bolly, who is also following. Oh, but they show that Kakata show along. Daniel is following also. Missionary Howard, thanks for joining us this morning from GSA Road. Akate Joe, oh, that's my big brother. I remember from Paris. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Yomi. Thanks for joining us. Aloysius P. Flomo from RGB County. Let's just take 3 more. Sorry for those of you who will not because of time. Noko A. George from his rented resident in Baptist Seminary is following this morning. We also have Ernest Fode Smallwood is following from Ganta City in Nimba County. Thanks for joining us, Chief, from our own Nimba County. Bobby Timba is also following this morning. We say thanks. And we have Wodo Blita Hauer is also following. I hope I got your first name correctly, but if not, forgive me. Joanne Brooks, thanks for joining us this morning. So, yes, that's it so far. Let's go to our talking point this morning on the show. Well, Ansu is right by me here. Tomorrow we will have yes, Onu here. So let's do this morning. Thanks to all of you who have joined us online, those following us by radio. It is great that you are always with us this morning. Let's go to our talking point. Beginning with, well, let's say thanks to our sponsors. Firstly, Orange Liberia GSM and EcoBank Liberia Limited, a Pan African bank. They are doing extremely well in the country. New services all of the time, and we have new sites across the country. Most notably is my hometown in Gawi Yawi Mesona District, Electoral District number 9. We have struggled for network over the period of time. Yesterday, I was sitting right in the newsroom and I received calls from my other brother. I talked with almost all of my relatives, everybody laughing, and it was so great.
So Orange now have a song.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me say thanks to Orange Liberia. Yes, it was great. And EcoBank is doing great also in the country. And we hope that good news will be coming up shortly. When we get that good news, we'll throw it on you. Yes, so that is great. So let's go to our talking point this morning. The first one has to do with the LACC issue. Yesterday we mentioned that the LACC over the period, over the decades, have been a toothless bulldog. Anybody want to get vexed with me, you can get vexed, but I mean that is the fact. A toothless bulldog in a sense that this institution is set up with great act, great document, great outline of duties and responsibilities, great mandate, but you did not give it teeth to bite. The teeth is not only to give it a prosecutorial power, a cry for that power over the period of time, and they got it under the 50th legislature. Now, the main teeth to bite is the money. The meat
No support.
Yes, the meat to bite for the LACC is funding. If the LACC cannot have funding, they cannot do their work. You know what it takes to do investigation? Like I said yesterday, corruption fights back. Corruption is the mineral business. It's the illicit drugs business. These businesses have money. So I mean, it is easy to sometimes compromise if you don't stand for something. If you are not a person with standard, you are easy to be compromised in the fight against corruption, in the fight against maybe illicit mining. All of these things is not easy. So if the LSCC, if fighting corruption is a key priority of the current administration, in fact, it has been priority of all administration in the past. I must say that. But if it is key and this administration want to accomplish or achieve to some extent the fight against corruption, then you have to give the LSCC the financial teeth to bite. If you don't do so, we will talk. GSC will do audit. They will bring a report. There will be a need for investigation. Investigations will delay forever. To send people to court to prosecute, it will not be possible because the LSCC does not have money. You remember somebody last year, even the judiciary are having issue, especially state prosecutors were always having issue with getting funding to prosecute some major cases. You cannot prosecute without money. To prosecute, you have to investigate all these things are cost attached or have cost attached. You have to investigate. You have to gather enough evidence. You have to have witnesses to prosecute people, especially when it comes to cases of corruption where if somebody, for example, Marka David embezzle some kind of $4 million and then the case is coming up, I will sacrifice $1 million to defend myself in that case. So the person who is coming to prosecute that case will be coming with some kind of $1.5 million, to counter my $1 million as we go through the legal battle. I know I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying from a little man understanding. If you can give the LSCC money, they can prosecute, they can do much, Ansu. Yeah, so that's serious. So if the president and the legislature and all other Liberians who are stakeholders in the country are serious about the fight against corruption, then you have to empower the LSCC.
And they have been very, very, I think they have been slapped in the face, even from the past government to this government indeed, in sense of there is always a team set up from the previous government or the government to when it comes to prosecution, always leaving the LSCC out.
Yeah.
And since we have this this entity established, I think all we need to do pump in money to carry on their duty, to carry on their work. Instead of us maybe establishing another team. This one time we're talking about 1.9 million plus to be given to the asset recovery team. That argument was raised again when we had the LCC. Why can't we empower them? Why can't we invest money into them? Since we know that they are the people in charge of this. So I think they just need the support from government. Now we hear that they are crying up there for funding, and we have a lot of cases. So like you said, my God, if you don't have money, you cannot carry on prosecution.
Sure.
Very, very important.
Yes, that is very important, and we hope that the folks responsible will listen. There's a need to do something about that.
The LSCC is not crying too much when it comes to money, but the funding.
Yes, you take people, you take professional people, you send them to that commission, and they are coming with vigor and the strength and the zest to work. At the end of the day, you just sit down in one chair, you just lay back, and people spoiling your name. Oh, the LSCC can do. I mean, the LSCC is not doing anything. It pains your heart sometimes when you can do, but you don't have the means to do. So we should not be putting our professional people in this kind of position, and we can support them to deliver. At the end of the day, you even slim their chances of getting other bigger opportunity to perform, even on the international scene. On a serious note, but let's talk briefly about this Liberian National Police. We remember in March, Chief Gregory Coleman came up with a new set of restrictions. In that restriction, they talk about the issue of unauthorized vehicles with high beam lights, sirens, flashers, and other emergency devices. They were asked to remove these things, and they also talk about the issue of right-hand drive vehicle owners should take them off the streets. They said that we don't know how far that has gone. They also talk about vehicles were not allowed to be driven in Liberia, or the right-hand drive were not allowed to be, driven in the country. They also talk about all non-gas station. Or yes, that was the time they talk about removing the cambus from the street. Now, how far have we gone with the restriction? This had a signature of the then former police spokesman Moses Carter. You lay out all this. Are we not still seeing vehicles with security lights? Are we not still seeing people blowing siren? Are we not still seeing one of the most important part of this regulation at the time they talk about the container trucks, the trucks carrying the container, not to be driving in the main streets in a day. That was one of the key things. Yesterday, one of our callers mentioned that we still seeing the container trucks in the day, and it endangers the lives of people. It endangers the life of people, and something must be done by this. Anytime an institution or the Liberian National Police is coming up with restrictions and regulations, they should be able to stand by that.
And I think the focus shouldn't just be on the motorcyclists, indeed.
Exactly.
This issue of the containers, of the trucks, especially the news in the daytime, has been something in which I can still remember when the IG took office. It was the very first thing that hit the internet.
Yes.
About trucks, containers, truck news in the day. There's going to be certain time given to them at that hour. So I think that it is the time now for the police to implement it. Some of vehicles that are roadworthy, not to ply the main street in the daytime. They cause traffic, they cause accident, people lost relative friends, important people lives indeed from some of these vehicles that are roadworthy indeed. So I think that the police need now to implement it. When it comes to the 7-2, it is another thing, my God. We have people just using 7 unnecessary. Everybody
for the siren aspect, I think it has reduced a little bit. I think it has reduced a little bit. But before, the way it used to be, it was like say Ansu. I think it reduced a little bit.
You have people just
from our observation.
You have people just pulling the light in front.
Everybody, a safety minister, whether you in the security sector, said you're not in security sector, you just get security light on your car, bimbi, sounding siren, rushing, going to where on the tail lane, all these things. I think that one reduce more, but they continue carrying, they truck carrying BB containers in the day is harmful. So I think
that's it.
Absolutely.
They need to really enforce it. Like I said, it just shouldn't be the motorcyclists. Let them try to focus to the other road and safety when it comes to especially vehicles and other roadworthy. It causes serious traffic. It caused unnecessary accidents. Indeed, people lost their life. My God. So I think there's a system the Gregor trying to put in place. It just needs the support from the Liberian people.
Exactly. So I'm seeing Dr. Pee Wee Sano here this morning, and briefly before we can just take, maybe we'll just take a couple of calls because we have to take our guest. So again, we are getting different information. The CEO of Goman Group is he's a big businessman. Actually, he's a big businessman in South Africa or in the whole of Africa here. He has businesses in the United States. He has businesses. We're talking about a 285 year
machine man.
Yes. He has businesses in the Caribbean, in Brazil. He has businesses across Africa. But people say, oh, this man, has been linked to controversial deals. He's been linked to other corruption. And the other argument I really don't want to buy is that, he was supporting I think Emerson Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe during the election. Who I am? Do you know how many politicians Dangote support in Nigeria and other places? So that one is not part of the argument. You erase that one. That one is not part of the argument. That Robert used to support Mnangagwa during Zimbabwe election, so that brother should not do business with him. That take all that one. Look, let me say my opinion again clearly on this yellow machine issue. We agree that we demand transparency and accountability in the governance system of the country, which the Unity Party campaign on. We agree on that. Again, who doesn't have a bit of controversy in this world, especially business people? Some contracts you go for, you have to do some kind of manipulation win the contract and all of some of these things, which we don't support in any way. But if this businessman is having discussion with the government of Liberia to solve one of Liberia's critical problems, which is road. Because road impact agriculture. And people say, oh, they may in 2018 they say in South Africa something happened. They say the kind of business contract he got, it was not this, it was not that, and so we should not do business with this man. Look, let me tell you, critics, you are weakening the government. You are weakening the government. We know we demand accountability.
Mhm.
Excuse. You are weakening the government to take some steps towards addressing the development deficit we are facing in this country. For me, I want to encourage. I know people who are doing research and writing tons of books. I'm not going to read anything. We agree with lawmakers who say the things should be done the right way, which we agree. If this company is a fraudulent company that own businesses in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in Brazil, in the Caribbean, in Asia, across Africa, so now the business still living, and the capital is there. The man is living and doing the business is flourishing. And there are other good deals that people are don't like, bro, do good deal. Will not do shoddy deal, will not do corrupt deal. But if it is through this business that we can get these equipment coming to Liberia, let us do it. For me, my only point is let the equipment reach Liberia. Let it reach in Liberia. Let's see the government dispatching or deploying this equipment to various counties, the 19 pieces that it will want to see in Liberia. Then they put writing doses to explain how Robert, I don't know that his last name, I know
Gumende.
yeah, is black, he's white, he's this. Let us ensure that we do good business with him and we lay our hands on the equipment, come to face our road, link our market, our farms to markets, and then we will see what next.
Yeah, I think I just saw that the Montserrat County a senator associate from St. Joseph.
Yeah, yes, I support that.
Yes, when it comes to developing the country, if that machine comes to the country, will be news.
And one thing I want to say, Representative Bility said it is a welcoming news. It should come with he mentioned the implementation should be done with equity. It should be done with transparency.
Yes.
Now, people are questioning, oh, as an opposition leader, you are not supposed to be fast to welcome good news. I mean, this is surprising to me. For even, in fact, I don't want to say journalists, people who are questioning Chairman Bility, I don't know, I should call them political commentators, but they are saying Mr. Bility, as an opposition leader, is not supposed to praise. He should not be one of the first person to praise when good things happen. I admire Mr. Billite's response when he said, well, I mean, I'm just who I am. I respond to issues as I deem necessary. So if good things coming to Liberia, we will accept it, welcome it. Road projects are needed in the country to connect our farms to our markets. I mean, to have free movement across the country.
So then the government able to explain itself.
For me, as Marka Davis,
Yeah.
I support this initiative, and I'm hopeful that all of the criticism that are coming out will not weaken this government to abandon that initiative. Go for it, bring it, do it the right way, and we need development in this country. For me, I support it.
Just with the right way.
Yeah.
The source of income is what we want to know. Where it coming from. So not everything that is on document. The District 7 lawmaker from Nima County said, Mr. Bility said. So that's on document. And I think that the government should be, the executive should be appearing today.
Yes, yes. But we knew, for all we knew that there will be communication on the floor of the legislature today to call the executive. So they will go there and provide explanation. So we'll take at least just 3 calls as we join our guest. Dr. Sando is here this morning from District 1, Montserrat County. Today, the World Bank is having a workshop with the Bureau of State Enterprises. A day-long activity in Monrovia today, and it's taking place at the Maba Point Hotel. Thanks to the World Bank and the state or the Bureau of State Enterprises, they have been making some strides to ensure that they regulate state-owned enterprises in the country, and thanks to the executive director or the director general, Mr. Arthur Masakwe, who has been engaging with partners to ensure that the right things are done. So let's take at least 3 calls this morning as we join our guest this morning. This is our first caller. Good morning. Yeah, let's do 30 seconds, please, so that we can take other calls, please.
Yes, thank you. I mean, I'm Mr. Junior, CFP of the Internet District 14. So again, this is the morning to like the caller in your show. Well, there's all issues surrounding this 285 machine, and whoever the government want to do business with. In as much we want integrity, we won't say we want to dance to the devil that GNB say we want to dance to the devil to win the presidency.
When did GSP say that?
Marka,
Yeah, not because of 30 seconds you just make any statement though. But I don't have recording here where JMB said you dance with devil to win election. Yeah, please send it to me. Send it to me. I don't know about it. Send it to me.
Country in agriculture and why? Because if it comes here to the east of the country, so I think will benefit us. So we appreciate it. So what it will be done the rest of the way.
Okay, that's the same thing everyone saying, Chief. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Let me say good morning to the co-host. I've been, and I joined the conversation from rural community. I think when you say Musa is pressing, I gotta be sending to Musa is alluding to the fact that this is who should welcome it. They don't begin person is one who don't see anything, but he just speak, he just talk. But I think Musa have been very logical when he is one of the politicians that very constructive equity tasking. But the issue is that the government has made it clear that today they'll be giving a while with the president of destroying the source of the machine and who are there after the negotiation is wrong. So for people to be writing on Facebook or want to do the things of the machine, I think we should come with the government.
We're on the government, yeah. We're waiting for the government to speak today. Good morning.
Good morning to the whole Ansu. My name is calling my video this morning. I really appreciate Ansu so much. I support the government with the power machine. But the machine can be the country and they want to reduce the road, they want to ease the road for the our power access to market with our community. So the government will machine around. And I'm still our ability to opposition, but now we don't do it. When the government is listening, possibly by the government, when not the government, we couldn't die for today. I don't know what I'm going to take to the other thing. Remember, they're going to have the power, the blessing to believe.
All right, thank you. Let me take the last one. Yes.
Marka, good morning.
Morning.
And let's say a pleasant good morning to Ansu. And thanks for the privilege. I join you from District 4. And this is the voice of Akwe Ebuwe singer. And a pleasant good morning to the people's lawmaker on the Musa Atam Telede. Marka, with this 285 machines that we are hearing that are supposed to come to Liberia, Marka, I only believe the reason why a lot of funders are flying with this news, be it in the positive direction or the negative direction, is because of the poor public relation from the government. And Marka, we want to call on this government. Let me use this news to call on the government, especially the public relation arms of the government. I think when the government beef up their efforts in providing the necessary information for the Liberian people in a timely manner, Marka, there will be no ministry which opposition will ply the corridors with misleading information. Now, people from the opposition are taking into account the gullibility of our people and misinforming them on this particular. But all I can say, Marka, this is in the best interest of Liberia, and the government needs to work on the public relations when it comes to providing information for Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you so much for joining. The only thing is, if somebody is doing a business and they person business, and at least if you do out of 10 if you do 3 bars, 7 will be good. So that bro, for in one of the good category of that business, and we can. I only want to appeal to the government that all these negatives should not impact their decision to say what's the abandon the initiative. At the end of the day, the same people who are doing the criticism or who are saying other negative things will come back to say, and who told us the Unity Party are lying government. They will kind of lie to you. Anything they were bringing, they told you guys they were bringing 285 machines. They didn't bring it because the same negative propaganda they did that caused the government to abandon the project. They will use the same thing against it. So I think, Mr. President, you just go for this thing head on. Bring it. It will be one of the best business route or the Guma Group are done with Liberia. So we are in for this.
Definitely, we are in for this. With all necessary documents on hand, just the referral source where it coming from, the rules and what, how we're going to get it, how the deeds and what's going to get through. I think it's what the Liberian people want to know. As you said, the executive will be today at the house to explain more about this yellow machine. So let's wait. Let's listen to them. Tomorrow morning we'll come here again and we'll definitely talk about it.
If that loan, we will pay. If that loan fund will raise money, small, small, we will pay. If that grant, thank God. So, yes, we have Dr. Pee Wee Sando here this morning from District 1, Maserado County. He was one of the candidates in the past elections. He really wished he was elected by this time. That they didn't want to call in the executive to explain that. That is great to have you this morning.
Let me say good morning to you and good morning to your friend Ansu.
Okay.
Let me say a very big thank you to the management of True FN for the transformation. I think the biddings look the CNS.
Yeah.
So
That's what we can do.
thank you very much. Let me say good morning to the people of District Number 1, Mosurado County, especially my people from Todi and Kiriswell region. And let me say good morning to the people of Liberia in general. Thank you.
Okay. Well, tell us the post-election experience. What is it? What does it look like? Because pre-election you had a lot of calculation in your head. You were even envisioning the capital, how it's going to be like, member of parliament, and all of that. And then the election came. You were not successful. After that, in the opposition, in the normal political stuff, they say some people are suffering from post-election trauma. Some people are suffering from this and that. So, I mean, tell us about your post-election activities. What is it like for you?
Well, thank you very much. I think we are doing good. After the election, we remain, PV we remain engaged with our people. So I think we are doing good.
Mhm.
We knew that sometimes when you go into a race like this, you expect two things, either to win or you lose. And that week we were on the losing side. So we still remain focused. I think we are doing good in our district, in our communities. And however, we give thanks to our people for even giving all the opportunity, the space to
Mhm.
participate into the process.
Okay.
Because some of our friends were denied due to other issue, but at least we were given the opportunity. We tested the process. Normally I can tell my people, I say in election we had two sentences. We had the opening sentence and the closing sentence.
Okay.
So the opening sentence will be, oh my man, you can make it, you can win this election. So that can put you in a zip. And the
Mm-hmm.
closing sentence is when you lost the election, they will say, come back, even those that are not for them for say, my
Mm-hmm.
man, you can make it.
Yeah.
Go back for the second time. So that's the
Exactly.
closing sentence. But on the overall election was fine. We learned a lot of lessons from the process.
Mhm.
I think coming back next time, I think we will change maybe the dynamic. There are maybe few players we put on the field were not better for us. So maybe we're going to change some of these things.
So I listened to one of the candidates who lost. He was an incumbent actually. I listened to him on tape telling the people of his constituents that, or the constituency that, oh, y'all stop coming to me for things. Y'all made your decision in 2023. Y'all thought I was not the best person. So nobody should come here and be begging me for things when y'all get issue. Y'all go to the person y'all voted for. Is that the same thing you are doing with the people of Todi and District 1?
No, no, if we were doing it, that maybe that by now I will be sitting in Monrovia here, relaxing with my family, but we still engage with our people. We know we got a good vote from the district. So I know, like I said,
Mm-hmm.
in every competition there must be a winner. And
Okay.
once you made up your mind to be part of it, you have to be part of it. So people will continue to come, we will continue to help the little one we have, we will continue to do it. We don't have to tell them we don't have it because you voted for somebody else. No, no. The thing about is elections have come and election gone. So it is time for us to govern. Those are won the election. All we expect from them to govern. So
Okay.
I think we will still be engaged with our people, make sure
Do
that
you
nobody.
have any kind of engagement or some kind of relationship with the representative?
Yeah. In fact, I was the first person when she was pronounced. I was the first person to congratulate her on the social media,
Okay.
and I even went to her office. We sat down, we talked,
Okay.
and I
That is
told
good.
her, anytime you need my service, I will be available for us to work together.
Okay.
District one, for me, even people say no law, but District one won. So
Okay.
it's the issue of the people, not just concerning my various social myself. We are cool. Sometimes I call, even though she can be busy to pick up the phone.
Mhm.
But normally we have information to sometimes coming from her office to us, and we have like sometimes we go share myself, we chat on the Facebook, so we have good relationship.
Okay,
Yeah,
that is great. That is great. That shows a sign of leadership that in the future, if you are the one preferred, you'll be able to work with others will be willing to work with you.
exactly.
So tell us, before and during the election, you had several other initiatives that you were carrying on across the district. Tell us the status of some of these initiatives. Are you still doing them, or you are waiting for 2028?
Okay, thank you very much. We During the election we had a lot of
The
projects
reason
that
I said 2028 because beginning 2028, then you'll be convincing people to watch 2029.
no, during the process we had so many projects that were carried on,
Mhm.
and after we lost the election, we took like maybe 1 or 2 months to re energize ourselves. So presently, as we speak, I am in a district engaging some of the projects, the one that we never completed. So
Okay.
we are on some of the project, and we are undertaking new project now in the district. So we'll remain engaged up to 2029.
What do you think that district is really lack of? That district is very big, yo. And what do you think that they are lack of the challenges that district face with?
Well, thank you, Ansu. The issue of district number one, if you travel in district number one, you feel like you in maybe like in the southeast. The one that I was main issue is the issue of road connectivities.
Mm,
District number one is completely down when it comes to road connectivities. Almost all of the roads in district number one from 2005, one yellow machine have not touched some of the road except for the one that leading to the capital in Yen when the former president was going there, the yellow machine went there, they passed over. But from that time up to present, all of the roads in district number one are very, very bad. Uh, Even in a president 100 day, we were even thinking that they could even send one yellow machine there, but up to present, the road still remain the same. So it's a serious challenge for us. And the second thing on the plate there is the issue of health. You
mm,
will see a lot of clinic, the government builds few clinic in the district, but the issue about the clinics are not well equipped when it comes to the issue of drugs. So normally people go to the clinic at the end of the day, they will give them prescription to go and buy drugs. Also, maybe from a guy who sells medicines around. So normally people just purchase their drugs during market day,
mm.
from the table from the local guys, and then go home with it. So the issue of health in district number one is a serious challenge, especially like the referral hospital we have in Bensonville. Up to present, like hospital, if you go there today, they will give you prescription to go and buy medicine also. So the issue of health is a serious thing to us. And then the next thing is the issue of education. If you enter district number one, there are so many young children that are sitting that are not going to school because some of the school, the distance from some of the villages, especially the Gomoishu clan, sometimes the children had to be there 6, 7, 8, 9 years before they even start ABC because the distance. Because
Mm,
if you live in places like Niema or you live in places like Burmesan, you had to be there 8 years, 9 years before you walk to Bensonville, at least just to start your elementary. So the issue of education is a serious challenge, and some of the few schools also in the districts are not really functioning. So now you see one school somewhere you see one teacher that may serve here as principal, he serving as the teacher, he serving as registrar. So at the end of the day, sometimes the children go to school, no teachers, they have to go back home. So there are so many challenges in the district.
And you are ready, maybe prepared to work along the current lawmaker to see how people can bring some transformation in that district.
Yes, now like presently what I'm doing now, I'm doing a district tour to assess some of the problem.
Mm,
In a few days time, I will be meeting her, maybe our office to see how Beshia myself can sit down and talk and discuss some of the issue, because the issue of health is a serious challenge and the issue of education is a serious challenge, and even the issue of safe drinking water in district number one. Could you imagine we supply the water that people drink in the city? But if you go even well clean, the people still drinking from simple and well. So where the water come from, if the people can be drinking from wells, that means it tells you that district number one is lagging. So like I was telling the last time I tried placing call to the new MD Honorable Mo Ali to tell that if you can just give water to the people of Wepling,
Mm.
and you know where the water come from, Benson the hospital. At least then I think we will be celebrating. But as we speak, the issue of safe drinking water in district number one is a serious challenge for us.
Okay. All right. So before Maga come in, just give us your take on this government 100 days. Like you said, I don't know whether it had any impact on District One. What will be your take or your take on the government 100 days?
Oh well, thank you very much. The issue of 100 days, for me, I just see it to be the starting of the government. We for now it's too early to criticize the government, but I think the government did best in their first 100 days. They did their best. So even though district number one, we are not captured in 100 days in terms of some of
But they
the,
still did their best.
yeah, some of the development. I think on the overall,
Mm.
they try their best in that, especially when you come to other areas, especially like the southeast, where they were able to open some of these small roads. I think they try their best in that, and also when you come to issue like the war crime, I think they score good grade in that.
Hmm.
All right.
Are you a little bit disappointed that as they are opening roads in parts of Bopa, Nimba, Grangede, Maryland, River G, similar thing were not done here in rural Masorado County?
Yeah, for that I am disappointed because Mosorado, especially the rural part of Mosorado, if you travel there today, even if you go there with your car tomorrow, you have to go by in the garage to service it. So I think the government really need to look at that district. That district gave good food to this government, so I think we deserve some relief from this government, because for the past government, we didn't see anything coming from them.
Hmm. Yeah, so one of the hardest point of discussions in the country, I don't know whether you want to participate and have your voice heard concerning this news that was broken during the cabinet retreat. The deputy minister for state with our portfolio, Madam Marka made our presentation declaring that the government was in the process of bringing into country about 285 pieces of earth moving equipment, and they were going to be deployed 19 a piece across each county. Today, it has become a major point of discussion and debates in the country amongst members of the legislature, um, political pundits, and even members of civil society and the media. I mean, what do you make of this debate? What is your side of the debate?
All right, thank you very much. Firstly, let me say a very big thank you to Chairman Ability, the lawmaker of District Number 7. You know,
Okay,
normally I follow his post, and sometimes I can be on his side, but for this one, I think he scored 100. You
okay,
know, these are people that are trying to maybe bring the government, and they are not helping the government. Because for me, the 285 yellow machine for me even small for Liberia, because when you talk about road connectivity in this country, look, Marka, if you just take a walk in various counties, you know that you needed machines. So for me, I support the government in that direction. So
okay,
people that are on the other side, on the devising that we shouldn't allow the government to bring the machine, they are not people that want to help this country. So for me, I want a yellow machine to, if that machine enter here today, I will be one person I will to the executive mansion to tell the president, thank you,
okay,
because it will help us, because that means the common man life will be touched. Because if I make my farm in Todi, I will be able to put my cassava on car, rather we bring it to town and sell, go back. That will also help to grow the economy. Because you see, most of the guys are talking because it's not going directly in their pocket, and that one going directly in the poor man pocket. So for the yellow machine, look, we had to tell the government bring the machine, let the people be relieved from the bad road issue in Liberia.
So you listen to a lot of people bringing up argument that this businessman that is reportedly um, involved with this initiative has some controversies linked to corruption in the past in South Africa and all of that. I mean, what do you make of these claims against this businessman?
Look, Marka, what are they may have corruption scandal in a country? We talk about Liberia. What we get to do all I want? We get nothing to do all I want. We want that machine to come. The way in the past they say even if the money come from the devil, God will hold it. If they want come from the devil, belly
Yeah,
will take it.
for
For
the
the evil man,
Eaton and Igbo
yeah,
man loan.
yeah, people all around here they say when it comes from the devil, God will take it. But when they want even come from the devil horse, we will take it because it will help our people. So it left with them to say what they want to say, but they machine we needed, the Liberian people needed the Oma in Toaston, she needed machine to open her road. The Oma in a large village around Africa, she do you know that most of our people in the southeast cross to go Africa, get goods when they come to Liberia to the border, they have to pay customs and duty. Common sovereign that will say here they go buy from outside, they pay duty. But if you open a road from outside, people live from Grand Crew, Grand Jida to buy sovereign rare, they will not be paying double money. Only transportation will be responsible for. So for me, let us it is time to govern the country. We too old to be still talking about road. So if we see a government that coming in to say they want to bring yellow machine in to help our people, I think we should appreciate the government for that.
You have any idea of what they call the road maintenance zone where they used to have the public work yeah in regions and other places? You have any idea?
Yeah, when I was small, we used to see. I saw yellow machine in Todi.
Okay.
When I was coming, I used to see yellow machine from the city here going, doing some road rehabilitation. So I think when that machine come, the only thing we will be also asking the government for the maintenance because it will
Mm.
be very important. Sometimes some of the things that will come, the maintenance issue become another problem. So I think every country need to have their own machine, their own public work yard where the machine will be, and then to maintain them to help the common people.
Do you see this government that are Sando? Do you see this government proceeding for the start now? Do you see this government proceeding the right way?
Yes, we will say it will not be 100% for now because normally I tell people government is a different thing. When you also the way you see the thing, you talk the way you and myself talking here. When you get there now, so now you see the real picture. You start to think how to even start. So sometimes people will say the president have been around government for long, no need to make mistake. Yes, we agree, but we are human. It's bound on us. You just have to make mistake. There are other areas, there are some appointment that were not okay. They had to recall that person. So small mistake will come, but these are not mistakes that can carry the country back up. Yeah.
Mm. So let's get your comment on the recent rice issue. What is the experience like in Todi? There's been some issue about rice price increment. It was a kind of controversial. Later on, the president had meeting with the importers and said that well, the price should remain stable and nobody should increase the price.
Well, as we speak, presently, rest into the people buying the 25 kg for like something like 4,100, some of them 4,400. So the issue of rice, I think the government itself had to change the way they do things because the right issue are brought up to our needs before. So I think we should find a strategy to see how best we can produce our own rice. That's why you see a few days from
But
now.
there was a strategy during the past administration. There was an allotment of I think 11 million in the budget annually to suppress or to allow the price to remain stable. Government of Liberia was reportedly putting some 11 million as subsidy to the importers to ensure that the rice price doesn't go up. I mean, do you see that as a kind of strategy? A strategy we should work on?
For me, I didn't see it to be a good strategy because if you can take 11 million and give it to the people to bring rest into the country, I think the best thing the government could do, invest the money to agriculture ministry and make sure it support local farmers. And there are a lot of people that make it farm, but they don't have the resources to produce more. So we have a good soil here. Why you'll be spending 11 million on other people to enrich them? So that strategy will not also good for us. So the best thing we can do to invest into the agriculture ministry, mean when it comes to extension. Look, there are a lot of swamp like you enter Burma now, like then there, you can grow the seed really. People growing up there. The first thing we will go through it maybe 1 or 2 months, but this day now you get 3 months rest coming up. So that strategy will not fine. So the best thing the government can do is to invest into agriculture. And that one is for some of us now, we are taking that initiative.
Mm.
Pretty soon, I'll be launching my swan farming program. There are a lot of swan in district number one. We have to make use out of it. So if we if we start to produce our own rice, no need to even think about eating Chinese rice. You see?
Is that a new project for you?
Yeah, yeah. These are projects I will be undertaking pretty soon. But tomorrow I'll be in a district. I'll be in a Morrison farm community. We have cultivated up to 18 acres of swampland. So we'll be doing some inspection tomorrow to see how best we can start a project going on. So if we can do that in every county, in every district, I think we'll be on a red path. Like I want to also remind the president
Mm.
when he went Todi doing a campaign, he told us that look, Todi, we're going to make Todi to be one of the agriculture hub. So I want to remind him that promise he shouldn't forget about it. Because Todi, we had a lot of swamp, we had a lot of farmland that some of us ready to even give farmland to government to even do what they want to do. And the next thing I want to remind on that he also promised us the road leading from Todi Junction to the Army Barrel that he going to make sure we get quota on that road because the army cannot be driving on that road. Why if something happen and we need the army immediately, it will take them time before they even reach us. So I want to take the time to remind the president that he shouldn't forget about the promises that he made to the people of Todi.
Okay.
Yeah, you're giving back to District One. Is so much on your mind. That Sando. I don't know. Some will say 2029 is still far, but you are still engaging your people. You are still carrying on other initiative. Tell us why District One just so much indeed. Why you give back to your people?
Well, everything that I have today, I got it from District 1. I went to school there. I was born in a district. I went to school there. So all the property that I try to have today, I got our resources from District 1. So uh, I always take that place to be my home. And it will forever remain being my home. So the people of district number one are always close to my heart. So I will always be with them. Whether election or not, we will always be with them to make sure that we help in our own little way that we think we can bring the district to the level of other districts.
Okay. Yes, so let's have some little interaction with members of the public. If you're just joining us, this is the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. We have Dr. Pee Wee Sando here this morning, former representative candidate of District Number 1, Montserrado County. Call us on 0770-20257 and let's have some interaction this morning.
And 02.7285961. It is another line.
Yes, let's take the first caller. This caller have interest in Todi. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning to all the
Good morning.
the color of Turi district.
No, please raise your voice. We're not hearing you.
District.
Okay.
I want to thank you that you get people of Turi actually are suffering. When we go to Turi, every time going to the village, I pay 1,000 to my village. When we went to use Stella, I didn't spend into my village, I pay 1,000, 1,005. People when they are paying 900, 500, 100, they are this thing. And then people, they told me, I'm going to my village, don't find it anywhere. You don't find it, you get water. Yeah, you want to people suffering. They got so many children that because you are saying it's right. They got so many children that are not in school. And I will not be also very on the rules. What she even care about people in Tony. Or saying we do talking and they will pay for the rule. We do talking. Our people from Tony will not benefit anything. Our people don't benefit anything. The resources are Tony. People can benefit anything, but there is no hospital, no school. They want to ignore their own public school. Their public school. What are they doing? People want to carry the car and do everything. So that's what we do. How the government will look at the direction of the people who are living for everybody for you tend to make it on a certain road, you will look at that road and have people that suffer, you better go there, who will get a step and get out there, no way to bring it, and I'm too fat to bring it. I want to study for today, I have a different.
Don't worry, your government bringing 285 pieces of yellow machine.
Thank you for the time.
Okay, no, Elliot, thanks for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka. That's the good morning to that. Oh, I just asking about your community. That's the very much you spoke of them. But that's a question about the shift to the water of the people to the water that history. That just imagine from what to that rough part. It's never going to true. But the issue of the people in that place as the delivery, what they are giving you what they are giving you from the source. And do you have the next plan of sharing that need of creating having a point for water there or what's the next plan? I think that our problem with that. The song indicated but the point of the reason for the heat. And there's
The man, private citizen, he just making his own contribution to his people. How you carry pipe on water there?
No, but I go initiated because look at the what is bringing our sector. So
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning, Marka.
Good morning.
Good morning, I'm Marka. I'm calling from Midway Junction.
Okay.
Let me say good morning to Mr. Stevenson and
Yes. Okay. Why you have always not been agree with me? Oh. Okay. My district 9 number needed more than district 1. Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning. Morning. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
And the issue of the yellow market, we are still there ourselves. If we want to be, to be good, to be honest to ourselves, when somebody do a good, we should be able to appreciate. Marka is the first of this in the history of Nigeria. For the president of the president to be fast to look at the need of the rural and the need. Yes, you have the land, they have access to room, they have right to take their crop, or food for the drug stations, and Bola has done well. I think we should be for that. No matter how we get away to see the solar that's why it's called the government, because we expect more in a state order. If you government can do in the fire machine, doing easy baby work from villages to villages, I think we need to expect the government. I'm going to say thank you this morning.
Okay. Good morning.
Marka, pleasant good morning to you. And let me say thank you for this segment of your show. And let me say a pleasant good morning to your guest in studio. I joined from District 4, and this is the voice of Akwe Senior. Marka, I think in the wisdom of our Wakai before becoming president of this country, when he crafted this agenda that says arrest, I don't think Honorable Parker was in any error when he made the first letter of this agenda in arrest to be agriculture. Marka, the issue of food security is very important to any country. Even if you have a set of people who are highly educated, they can have all of the education. Marka is a country that has this issue of feeding themselves. It's a serious problem. So I strongly believe in the wisdom of Marka and his team of officials. They are seeing it very prudent to work on this issue of agriculture. Marka, we have a very fertile soil. The soil we have in this country, Marka, other countries are really going for such soil. Marka, you won't imagine that sometimes even if you grass, sometimes you hold the grass, it has a 2 days to see the grass growing. That's to tell you how fertile our soil is. And if we can have this kind of rich soil, Marka, all of the years that we are doing a business, we say equally right into this country, it is hard. So we want to explore Marka. We strongly believe with these FOA equipment coming to Liberia, they will try to engage in this issue of agriculture with our people to liberate them from the issue of food security. So, bravo to you and your colleagues for such initiative. Thank you.
All right, let me just take two more calls and we move. Good morning. Okay.
That's my question on later.
Okay. All right. Now, let me ask you. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. Okay. He slipped off. I think let me just replace him with this person and we'll be done. Yes, quickly.
Yeah, Madam, morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thank you, Marka. This is the voice of female in the room. Marka, I'm trying to call this morning from District 4. Marka, I would be one of those Nigerians that I see the 285 yellow machine that they start to market with 50. Marka, it tells you that today if you go to Nima, always have to go to all part of Nima. Nigerians are producing food, but how will the food reach us? So, with the issue of the yellow machine, I feel like this is in the public now. I feel Nigerians must graduate on the state of foreign buying, the state of when Nigeria will get back to this data food. So, I want to say, travel on Marka, let them and let
Okay. I
Yeah,
got.
I think we just close it up with Josephus. Just
Okay.
yeah. Betty, you're live.
For sure, and thank you, Honorable Man. We're discussing District 1, and I'm also interested to show pray for development. My attention being drawn to like two leading doors. Can you imagine, Marka, is quite frustrating where you get the man coffee hydro treatment water system there. Well, situated in District 1, since and was the former president to water treatment when Kota stopped right at the Anthony Tottenham Community School from 1984. The court taking means that come whosoever Kota give me your bounce on the street, but commissioners, all of those local authorities, 46 years in.
Okay, Josephus.
For having us informed about District 1. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So yes,
Josephus Betty. Yeah.
yes. So our Pee we listen to some of the callers. So let's just use at least 3 minutes to close, and then yes.
Yeah, let me say a very big thank you to the callers for their input. I think everybody seeing the same thing that we're saying here. We want to tell the government, especially the president, if you cannot appoint sons and daughters of Todi, the only thing you will do for us, let our people live a better life. When they live a better life, that which will be happy to celebrate you. So we want to use the opportunity to say a very big thank you to the TBS for affording us this opportunity. And Maka, one thing caught my attention in the district that I forgot to talk about small is the issue of girl children in district number one. I think the gender ministry have to move from community to community. If you go in a district, you will see 12, 13-year-old girls getting pregnant. And sometimes when it happen, the parent will just say, let it be so, let leave it. So I consider that to be a compromise rape by men in our district. So the gender ministry have to move in a very community. They shouldn't sit down and wait for kids to come to them. Because if you damage all of the girl children in a country, there will be mothers for tomorrow. If you go in a district, you see small children with children, someone there get 2, 3, they are not going to school. So I think the government had to really look in that direction. We need a gender coordinator in the district to coordinate some of the issue when it comes to children and their welfare. So we want to say thank you to you and your team. Uh, we are calling on the government. Don't forget about your promise. Make sure you fulfill your promise, especially the issue of district number one. I will be touching almost all of the line ministry that are responsible for some of the things. So I will not say that we'll be there, especially when it comes to the issue of electricity in district number one. I will try to meet with Monica and even the MD from Water and Sewer. So there are a lot of things we have in district number one that we are not benefiting. My brother Joseph talking about our rock crushing company. Do you know how many dollars leave from district number one on a daily basis? So at the end of the day, they only give us dust. So we will be reaching to the referral authority to see how best district number one can benefit from some of these things. Thank you very much, and thank you to the people of Liberia.
Okay, thank you very much. His former District 1 representative candidate, Dr. Pee Wee Sando, he's been our guest this morning. Let's see if we can bring you sports on the show this morning with Naomi Tapia here this morning on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Naomi Tapia is here to bring us sports this morning. So let's go for it. Yes. Yeah, so let's join Naomi this morning to bring us sports on the TBS on Truth 96.1 FM. Naomi, good morning.
Good morning, Marka. Good morning, everyone. Liberia under 20 women's team lost to Guinea-Bissau 3-1 in post-match penalties in the semi-finals of the WAFU's A competition after a one-all draw. Liberia will play a third-place match against Guinea on Wednesday. Before their defeat to Guinea-Bissau, Liberia overpowered Mauritania 7-0 and defeated Sierra Leone with the same score. The team also defeated
Mm,
Guinea 2-0, kicking off their WAFU's A Women's Cup campaign. All eyes are now on the Liberia Under-17 women's team expected to battle Nigeria women's Under-17 in the 2024 FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers encounter on 9 June 2024 at 4 p.m. at the SKD Sports Complex in Thanksville. Cestus Mungas captain Glenn Nimley has expressed frustration about the poor attendance of the matches by supporters for the 2024 National Basketball Championship. The Cestus Mungas captain said a poor attendance of matches this season is seriously killing the momentum of the sport. He told reporters on Sunday following Cestus Mungas' 64 to 56 points defeat to LPRC orders at the SKD basketball gym. Commenting on the draft informed recently, Nemeth said they are going back on the drawing board to return stronger for the next matches. Also on Sunday, Global Spartan defeated Base 88 to 70 points in the male second division, while the Rockers got a convincing 70 to 11 points win over Future Spartans in the women's division. Swat Kickball Club bowed to United Sisters 4-2 home runs at the weekend in the Liberia Kickball Federation Second League. The match outcome surprised fans of the sport due to SWAT's brilliant performances before the break for the National County Sports Meet. In the day's second encounter, Soma Kickball Club outclassed Thompson Kickball Club 5-1 home runs at the SKD Sports Complex to continue on the league fixtures. Skills Kickball Club was overpowered by Firemen 4-0 home runs to make advancement in the league law. Cristiano Ronaldo said he doesn't follow the records. The records follow him after setting a new record for goals scored in a Saudi Pro League season. The Portugal forward 39 scored twice in Al Nassr's 4-2 win over Al Ittihad to reach 35. That meant he overtook Abdirazak Hamdallah's mark of 34 in 2018-19, though the Morocco strikers haul also for Al Nassr came from four fewer matches. Ronaldo has scored 64 goals in 69 games for Al Nassr in all competitions since joining on a free transfer in January 2023 after leaving Manchester United. The women Al Nassr finished second in the table for the second successive season, 14 points behind champions Al Hilal, but 17 clear of third place Al Ali. Ronaldo has now scored 765 goals in a 22-year career, which has also included spares with Sporting Lisbon, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Juventus. He also holds the men's record for international goals, 128 from 26 appearances for Portugal. And finally, forward Anthony Martial has confirmed he's leaving Manchester United after 9 seasons. The Frenchman struggled to live up to expectations after United made him the most expensive teenager in the world when they signed him for €36 million from Monaco in 2015. The 28-year-old scored 90 goals in 317 appearances for United, but his last game for the club was a 3-0 home run defeat by Bournemouth on 9 December. Marshall, whose contract expires this summer, had groin surgery in January and returned to training, but did not make another appearance in the first team squad. Marshall, whose last cap for France was in 2021, won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup and the Europa League with United and had a loan spell with Sevilla in 2022. That's all from our sports.
two expelled members or officials of the Movement for Economic Empowerment. We have Matthew Sean and Jeremiah P here this morning on the TBS. Well, it appears like there's a table shaking within the Movement for Economic Empowerment. So let's say good morning and welcome to the two gentlemen this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Micah and your dear colleague, I think Ansu.
Yeah.
Good morning to all of you. We are glad to be here um, in your well decorated studio. Thank you so kindly.
Okay.
Let me also say good morning to you, Marka, and your co-host. It's always a delight being here, and I'm happy to be here again.
This time around, in your capacity as expelled member of the
I never himself to be
No,
here.
of MOVE.
let me quickly, for the sake of the conversation,
Yeah.
uh, Marka, I want us to say illegally expelled.
But
I'm not expelled. Look, what to the pronouncement of our expulsion is something that is illegal and unconstitutional. It has no binding effect. So I don't want you to refer to us as expel officials or move because
okay, so
that
in
decision
so
don't
for the
have
sake
relevance
of
to the first
so for
name
the
of
sake
the.
of the interview, I should refer to you guys as illegally expelled member of
Yeah,
Move.
we are not expelled. If
Micah,
if I if I forget about illegally expelled, refer to me as the National Secretary General and the
Micah,
National Chairman of the party. Yeah,
Micah,
yeah.
we are overwhelmingly being supported by our party constitution,
Okay.
guarded by those premises. The National Executive Committee has given us the power, authority to lead our political party.
Which national executive committee is it divided? Because we just heard a press statement from another section.
If you have your reporter
Hmm.
at the recently full gala.
Yeah.
It was a full gala, and it was
Okay.
meant to entertain folks.
Okay.
If you have your official, let's say your reporters at that full gala, you observe that most of the folks who were there are not NC member of our party, and so the activities are on Saturday. I think was it. It is unconstitutional. It's purported and was stage managed.
So are you
We
guys still holding
we
your previous
That's why
position?
we are legitimate. We are supported by the
But
executive committee members of our party.
you're running your offices outside of the party's headquarters.
Maka, I don't know when last you went to the party office. We are not basically focusing on whether we are at the party office or not. Since the climax of election, we have been in the basis of re-engaging our
Okay.
partisans,
Let's look at some of
see
the things.
how best we can activate our structures across the country and bring our partisans together. You know, in fact, since the end of the elections, we haven't had an opportunity to even call our people to appreciate them and just say a word of gratitude for their commitment provided us during the last election. So
Okay.
we are not basically about the party
So
office.
let's
The
let it.
the party,
Mm-hmm.
is the people, and not the
Not a
structure you
building.
see.
Okay.
Just so you know.
I like
Thank you.
that. It's like to say the church is the body, not a
Yes,
building.
thank
That is great. But let's give you the opportunity to let me say contest what you call illegal expulsion. According to the press statement, or the statement at the press conference, they said you went ahead and suspended some officials of the party, accusing them of misappropriation of party funds. You say, in fact, they have not been working with the party. They are abroad on mission, on foreign mission for over 6 months. And according to you, your party constitution says once a leader is away for such a long period of time, I mean, they cannot run the party, so they should step aside. Now, the party is saying that your decisions you took was also against the bylaws and constitution of the party, and I mean, tantamount to expulsion. That's why they took that decision. But tell us why you think the expulsion is illegal.
So Marka, before we fully expand on the illegality and unconstitutional expulsion or whatever action that is being state managed, influenced, and masterminded by the limbed up political leader or former political leader of MOVE, Mr. Dimas Kimaya Sr. Let me lay basic as to how we are here so that the
Okay.
public will have an understanding as to where we are. Then they will be able to juxtapose or determine whether we are on the side of the law or not.
Okay.
So after the 2023 elections, the party through the national chairman, national secretary general at the time, was under obligation to convene a national executive committee meeting of partisans or executives of the party, so as to review the 2023 elections and carve a way forward for the party. Unfortunately, the former chairman, Mr. Robert Sami, and the former secretary general, Mr. Jonathan Wadsworth, neglected that particular function of theirs, and they were focused on seeking jobs for themselves in a foreign mission. So they left this country surreptitiously, without any due respect to members of the party. When they left, they have contended that they want to be at a mission and be running the party. But the constitution of the party provides that in the absence of the national chairman, the national vice chair for administration shall act. And it says in the constitution that in the case of resignation, in the case of death, inability, incapacity, the point is, in the case of incapacity, that underscore that the national vice chair shall act as the national chairman until the National Executive Committee can convene a sitting and either retain him or elect a new chairman. On that basis, we, majority member of the National Executive Committee, 26 out of 35, had a discussion and decided through a resolution that based on the Constitution, which calls for incapacitation of the national chairman and the national secretary general, and given that the two officials of the party have been away from the country for almost 6 months, and the Constitution talks about 90 days. Since they have been away for 6 months, it is just appropriate for us as National Executive Committee members to endorse the National Vice Chair for Administration and the Deputy Secretary General as Secretary General of the party until we can have a National Executive Committee meeting to determine otherwise. It was on that basis that on May 5, 2024, 26 members of the National Executive Committee signed a resolution which has been notarized and is currently before the National Elections Commission, removing Mr. Robert Sami for his incapacitation virtue of the fact that he's a deputy head of mission for Liberia and Ethiopia, removing Mr. Jonathan Wadsworth, National Secretary General, because he incapacitated to effectively run the day-to-day affairs of the party and National Secretary General, and bringing in Mr. Pei, also bringing in Mr. Sham as a chairman because Mr. Sami now has become incapacitated. When that decision was taken, it was notarized and sent to NEC. The former political leader, I say the former because...
Why you call him former political leader? We still know him to be the political leader of the party.
Because it's constitutional.
Okay.
The constitution of our party provides that the standard bearer shall be the political leader. And the tenure of the standard bearer or the political leader is only during the electioneering period. The constitution is clear.
Certainly.
That after the election and the window of the presidential election is inaugurated, the position of the standard bearer ceases to exist. So as we speak, Mr. D. Marshall Sakimaya, who was not even elected, but was endorsed to be the political leader of the party for a singular most function of directing the path of the party in 2023 as to where the party should go during the 2023 elections. He was just endorsed to provide the political direction of the party, just only or limited to the 2023 elections. Now, he provided a decision and the party followed.
Prior to that endorsement, who was the political leader of the party?
The political leader of the party was the national chairman. Because on our constitution, Marka, on our constitution is unique in a way that the standard bearer is a political leader during electioneering period. After electioneering period, the national chairman is the political leader. That's what the constitution says.
Okay.
So prior to the endorsement of Mr. Kimaya as the political leader in August 2022, in September 2022, the national chairman at the time was a political leader per our constitution provision provides.
Okay.
Now, So Mr. Kimaya still knew, as political leader of MOVE, 6 years to exist, since January 22nd, when President Bwaka was inaugurated. So he has no function over the day-to-day administration of the party. Besides that, Marka, it was interesting to note that in our constitution, the political leader has no functions.
Nominal.
And you know, let me say this to you. You know why it is so?
No.
Mr. Kimaya was the one who single-handedly drafted that constitution in 2016. And because he was national chairman of the party, he gave all of the powers to himself. And former standard bearer of the party, Dr. Mio Jones, because he didn't want Dr. Jones to have power, he inserted in the constitution that the standard bearer should be the political leader, and his position as standard bearer or political leader 6 years to exist right after the election, and the national chairman should be political leader. All because Mr. Kimaya was national chairman of the party at the time, so he drafted the constitution to suit him. So then now, the same constitution is holding him. He's not a political leader, he's no longer national chairman. So he has no power because the constitution gave almost all of the power to the national chairman, who has a right to convene a national executive committee. In fact, that's why it is laughable when we talk about expulsion, because the gathering at our party's headquarters were convened by whom? Under whose guidance, under whose direction? The constitution is clear that the national chairman is the one who should convene a national executive committee sitting, and the secretary general shall set us attention. That gathering was held in the absence of the national chairman and the national secretary general. So who gave that such a gathering any kind of credence? So that was bookers, it was illegal, it was unconstitutional. In fact, the people who gather over there, majority of them are not national executive committee members. Out of the 35 national executive committee members, only 8 national executive committee members were at that place. And in fact, the 8 that were there, as I speak to you now, over 3 of them have withdrawn their senator for whatever that was done over there. So that whole thing is we don't waste our time.
Let's hear from.
We have in our possession some of the chairmen who have distanced themselves from the recent Fugada.
Meaning the counter chairpersons. Okay.
Also a member of our National Executive Committee, a committee of our party who have distanced themselves from the recently Fugada held at the party office. But more to that, as the SG stated in our party constitution, that's Article 16, section A, B, and C. So they gave the authority to the National Executive Committee, to the national chairman, supported by the NEC, that the chairman is responsible to preside on NEC sitting, whether general, whether emergency, whatever sitting it is. The national chairman has that jurisdiction. The secretary general has also the authority to communicate citations and provide information to NEC members who are supposed to attend the sitting. You cannot have a former political leader, Maswa Kimia, who will convene a meeting with no consent of the chairman, the secretary general. You make mention of Chairman Sami. Sami is not like we are not focusing even the argument on Sami.
Maybe he still considers the chairman of the party.
And that's a breach of our constitution. And that's where the NEC will be teaching Kimia and his folks this afternoon. Sami cannot be in Addis Ababa and manage the affairs of our party. Sami be out of Liberia for more than 4 months, going to 6 months. The constitution says 3 months, that's 90 days. You are not supposed to hear. You are not supposed to lead any engagement. You are out of the party, except you are considered a member. These are gross violations of our party constitution, and that's the situation we are engulfed with at the moment. Because we stand to uphold the fundamental principle, the tendencies of our constitution. And Kimia.
What actions are you taking since this decision of expulsion against you two?
Before this,
in fact, you are 3. There's one Patrick Campbell.
Yes, the chairman for Montserrat County, who is also an NEC member. In fact, before the stage managed Fugara that was here on Saturday. We have.
You are just tell the public say before our expulsion.
No, before the Fugara on Saturday, we have formally communicated with the election commission.
Okay.
The election commission I communicated to me as the acting chairman, in fact, the chairman of our party, and then I think inviting Mr. Kimia to provide him some information because it is clear that he's in a gross violation of our party constitution today. It's Tuesday. we will be assembling at the NEC office to have a sitting or meeting with the National Election Commission.
Do you have the members? Do you have the numbers within the
The
NEC to take on this
the
fight?
SG just have informed out of 39, 35 National Executive Committee members, we have
26?
26.
He said 26.
26.
Mm.
Marka, from all indication, it speaks that the people are on our side. The law is on our side.
Are you taking
We are
a
in
fight?
defense of.
Are you taking a
Yeah.
fight?
This is not about our personal accreditation. It's about the heart and soul of our party. It's about the survivability of our party. It's about holding the constitution of our party. This can be even after us, that the party, that the constitution survive. And that's the fight we are carrying.
Did you cooperate with an investigation that was instituted after you took your action to remove the chairman and install yourself as acting chairman and acting secretary general? There was an investigation that was commissioned. Did you comply with that investigation?
Let me clarify quickly.
Mm-hmm.
We did not install ourselves as chairman.
We're in no violation, Marka.
That decision was made by 26 out of 35 National Executive Committee members of our party.
Okay.
The Constitution is clear that the National Executive Committee is the highest decision-making body in the National National Convention.
Okay.
So in the National National Convention, 26 members of 35 is more than a simple majority. In fact, it's more than 2/3 of the party. And the Constitution says you wouldn't need simple majority to effect any decision to be binding for the party. And we have more than 2/3. So that argument about our legitimate is not a question. Look, let me say this. Mr. Sami not being chairman of our party is backed by two major reasons. One, based on our constitution, Mr. Sami is currently incapacitated, and there are other counts even the National Executive Committee even had against him that remove him. Coupled with his incapacitation, there were other issues the National Executive Committee had with him that were listed in his removal. So that alone was genuine to remove him. The second thing, his removal is on the basis of precedents. Look, our party have two precedents as it relates to a removal of national chairman. When the former political leader, Ambassador Kimaya, was Liberia's representative to the United Nations, he was the national chairman of our party when he took up the ambassadorial job to the UN. Because he was away from the country, he was incapacitated to continue to lead the party and national chairman. What did the National Executive Committee do? The National Executive Committee convened and removed him as national chairman and made Mr. downside as national chairman. I appreciate it. Yes. Again,
I remember that.
Again, okay, you remember that as a journalist. Again, when Mr. Downside left and went to America for some mission, what did the National Executive Committee do again? They reconvene and remove him and made Mr. Kuriche the acting chairman until we went to emergency convention. That in a spirit of reconciliation, in a spirit of unity, because we wanted to bring all of our partisans together, we went and reinstated Mr. Robert Sami back to the party. That's how magnanimous we were. That's how reconciliatory we were. We brought Mr. Robert Sami back to the party and allowed him to enjoy all the privileges as a member, which enabled him to have contested for the national chairman position at the emergency convention. He did not go to do. That's how he became national chairman. At the expense of Mr. Dansaye, who has still had a tenure running, but because you are away. So there is a president in our party. Mr. Kimaya cannot fight this. He has no reliance.
You think he's fighting it?
Because the two different gatherings that have been here at the party headquarters have been masterminded and influenced. They were being convened by him. Let me say that to you. The chairman and myself, as we speak, and many other partisans, many executive committee members cannot go to the party headquarters now because Mr. Kimaya has cleared tours, Zogos.
Yeah, you are just making claims because of the action against you.
On May 14, after the National Executive Committee endorsed us as the national chairman, national secretary of the party, what did we do? We decided to act quickly to lead a reconciliation conversation with partisans who were disappointed because the way the former leadership was running the party or the former leaders, they abandoned them after the elections. So what they will do? We call for a reconciliatory and unification assembly at the party headquarters.
On May 14th.
Not May 14th. It just you don't know. Just supporting they went there as party leaders, chairman and secretary general, along with other executive committee members of the party, the UB chair, the vice chair for mobilization recruitment, the Mosovado chairperson, and all our coordinators in Mosovado and some of the other party executives. When we went to the party headquarters, we were resisted by thoughts that were hired by Mr. Kimaya. What happened? We recognize 2 of the ringleaders. They were arrested by the police and taken to Zone 5. When we went there to make our case, Mr. Kimaya went and paid the Zone 5 police commander.
Do you have any records? Do you have any records for that, or you are just making wild claims?
We didn't do anything. We were the complainant. We are party leaders. It was proven in the investigation. The police officers who are conducting
you are implicating the police as well.
We are rating RG about this action, and we just been focused on our party fight. But we will take all that, and our police commander will take issue with it because of our illegal detention that he carried on because of Mr. Kimaya's call or payment that was done to him. What do I say so? What do I say so? Because when the officers who were investigating the debacle have established that the guards had no authority to stop us, who are party leaders, from entering the party headquarters, the police commander entered the hall and instructed the officers to put us behind bar out of no reason. And that's how we were behind bar for 8 hours. Mr. Kimaya arrived on the scene after 8 hours, and he took 1 hour while we were behind bar, and he was mocking at us, lambasting at us. And he went to the police and told the police commander that the chairman and the secretary to stay away from the party headquarters. Can you imagine that? How will you, in your refereeing of man, as a leader, say the national chairman, national secretary of the party should stay away from the party headquarters?
So let me bring this point. It appears, and other pundits are saying that under your leadership, you are endeavoring to shift the party's support towards the ruling party, while the other members of the executive committee wants the party to remain committed to the opposition coalition for democratic change. What do you say to that?
I'm just hearing this from you for the first time.
That's why we are hearing in the air.
Thank you for sharing that information with me, or for sharing with us for the first time.
But is that what you are trying to do?
As I just saying, I'm hearing it from you for the first time.
Okay, respond to that, Chief.
It is laughable. It is far from the truth. Marka, at the moment, we are more concentrated. We are focused. Our efforts are towards stabilizing our party. There's no political party in Liberia, whether the ruling establishment or any political party. Executive will tell you that we have had a conversation with them. It is strange. Our fight is not about selling our party. The forebear of this party, that was not their vision. That was not their vision. The vision of this party was to create an opportunity where all partisans have the opportunity to express themselves, where we have a tolerance in our party, an economic emancipation of all Liberians. It was an idea whose time came, and it was that initiative.
No plan to take the party to the United Party?
I said to you, I'm hearing it from you for the first time. We haven't endeavored that decision. It hasn't been on our plate.
It's a possible in the future.
Marka, that is the propaganda that Mr. Kimaya is using to tell some members of the executive committee and partisans of our party that we are on the struggle because we want to take the party to the United Party.
I thought you said you're just hearing it from me.
No, we're just hearing that, but I think it has been harried there. It has been harried there by Mr. Kimaya. It's been harried there. If that is true, it's been harried there by Mr. Kimaya because that is what he's using to mislead our people from not standing out for the truth and not standing out on the side of the constitution of our party. Our fight is not to take the party to United Party. It's not to make the party to be with the CDC. Our fight is for the party to be an independent political party, to focus on rebranding the party and to see the purpose and mission for which the party was funded. For Mr. Kimaya, his intent is that the party will always be in his pocket to take it to people for a personal advancement. Currently, as we speak, he believes that the party will be with the coalition, And he alone should be doing business with former President Weah and telling former President Weah that the party is his fine. He said, only exactly that former President Weah knows. Former President Weah does not even know the chairman of the party. He currently does not know the secretary general of the party. He alone is having conversation with the CDC and nobody knows about that. Is that how the party will be run, as a corporation or a sole proprietorship? No, Marka. So our fact is that the party was not funded for one individual. It was not funded for the personal advancement of an individual. It was funded to provide a platform for all Liberians who are interested in the economic empowerment matter to form part a membership of the party, to lead a mission and vision of the party that will provide national leadership for our country.
What actions are you taking to resolve this issue?
As well as the chairman said, Marka, because of the consistent illegal gallery of few surrogates of Mr. Kimaya at the headquarters of the party, and making consistent announcement or a suspension, expulsion, and they don't have that authority. What we have decided to do is to be on the side of the law, because the law is the law. So we wrote the National Elections Commission. We officially complained Mr. Kimaya to the National Elections Commission that he is meddling and interfering into the day-to-day administrative affairs of the party. The Constitution is clear that it is the national chairman and national secretary general that you run the day-to-day administrative affairs of the party. That is normal to all political parties. It is the national chairman and national secretary general who runs the day-to-day affairs of the party, not political leader. So even Western our party political leader has no function. Again, Mr. Kimaya is a former political leader because his tenure as political leader has expired.
So are you saying immediately after the inauguration of the president, Mr. Kimaya became a member of the party?
What the Constitution
by the Constitution provision.
It's not me,
It is enshrined in our law. It is enshrined, Marka.
Marka, the Constitution.
Mr. Kimaya has ceased to exist as political leader of our party.
Okay. Until another decision is made in the future.
It needs to reconvene.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Constitution is very clear that when the elections is over and the winner is announced and inaugurated, the presidential winner is inaugurated, the tenure of the standard bearer or political leader ceases to exist. It's clear in our Constitution here. I can give you the session. The article is clear here. I'm just trying to get the Constitution here. In
how far do you intend to take this? Now you are going to the next, maybe for conference hearing, whatever you are going to the next for today. How far do you intend to take this?
So, as we all are aware, the National Elections Commission is the body statutory charged with the responsibility to regulate the operation of political parties. So if there are issues of misunderstanding in the party, the body to go to interpret the constitution of the party is the National Elections Commission. So we are going there. After the next hearing, and we are clear. Look, Mr. Kimaya is passing around and making statement that he has money, he will pay the National Elections Commission, he has power.
Are you pay the National Election Commission?
For us, we believe.
Mr. Pay, you just making this issue big.
We know the National Election Commission will not go that way.
So, Marka, like I just said, we want to stay fundamentally on the side of the law.
Okay.
And that's why we communicated our issues, our disagreement, the interference of the political leader, former political leader, Kimia, to the NEC. And it is on that premise we will be meeting or having a conference with the National Election Commission this afternoon about 2 p.m. We do not want to stay in any violation, whether of the law of our party or the Republic. And so NEC this afternoon will be making, I believe, an informed decision. And I am certain that that decision will be teaching Kimia and his surrogates, folks, that the law is the law, and it is only incumbent that we abide by the law, the ethics of true democratic institutions.
Okay, folks, we have 2 officials or experts. They want to make anyone yet.
We have the national chairman, national secretary move here.
Until the National Election Commission. Okay, so
our legitimate title. I'm
Oh,
the National Chair of the Party. On my
okay.
Right.
Okay, so at least you heard them introducing themselves, but we have Mr. Matthew Sham and Jeremiah Pay here this morning for Move, even though there's a decision which they are contesting. You can call this morning, let's hear from you. They will be going to NEC today to have some redress about the issue within the movement for economic empowerment. So let's take the first call. Call on 0770 0770 and
Zero triple 72859 another line for you to call on.
okay, let me take the first caller. Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. This is Mr. McKay.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know from these gentlemen,
Mm-hmm.
what are some of the violations that will cause expulsion? Do they see any light at the end of the tunnel that they're going to be reinstated, even though they're saying they still are the leaders? So if they were expelled and it's been announced through the radio system that we've been hearing, are they saying any light that they would go back and hold the same positions in the near future? Thank you for taking my call.
Okay. They will respond to you. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, Marka, and your co-host, and to my dear brothers, sisters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking with respect to Fasu Command. I on King of Village.
Okay.
I think it should be installed by the guy, by a single guy. I think it's something that some of us support early. For me, I'm a proponent of democratic things.
Okay.
Yeah, from the private solution, I think so we exhausted all the law governing move. When it comes to the suspension or the appeal, the former executive official. And I think on Manfred, he came here and he did the same reason, to give people the right chance to effectively run their party instead of meddling into the party. And I will speak now, is a former stenographer of the party.
Yeah. Now, what a
I read extensively the constitution of move. The convention has said that after the election, the stenographer position
Yeah.
ceased to exist. So the last stenographer, what do you relate to the party? So they must go back somewhere down for the state liberation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so kindly.
Yes,
let,
let's
yeah,
the caller. Yeah, you
let
have
me
a
see.
caller?
Yeah, let me just take this one, then you
Okay,
take
go
that
ahead.
one. Good morning.
Thank you, Marka. Good morning.
Good morning, quickly.
Let me say good morning to your studio guest. This is the voice of Prince Kolake. So, Marka, I don't see a brilliant people that wanting to take on leadership of the country, keep violating their own standing rules and their tempo. And more besides, we have witnessed on recent cases for emanating from political party going to court. But we witnessed it during the baseball election with the issue of Liberty Party, MPP, and what have you. So what I would say is I'm encouraging those people, once they have all their evidences, they should have it submitted. Let the person that is not that time has expired. Let let them fight the party. So such a disadvantage every time is something that we need to speak to him, that we should condemn it and condemn it in the interest of
All right, let me take the CDC partisan. Good morning.
Good morning, Marka.
Good morning.
To your distinct guest in studio.
Why are you laughing? You want to deny your party?
This is Emmanuel Tusia, a John Patrick, they have been supporter of CDC.
Okay.
So, Marka, thanks for your guest and I listened to their deliberation for and concern. I'm very concerned and it is troubling because I've been following them or reading the other time some party executive and their party headquarters, the other time dressing the leadership. But this is my recommendation and my concern. I hope they can begin to another in person, even Kent area who said as ministers in a government that has supported Agulanori in person, Agulanori. But you know, he's a chairman and all that. In terms of crisis, in terms of leadership, because they are projecting out that good news because if they are opposition, they are government in waiting because in general issue is pour out to the public then become very troubling. It becomes very troubling because then the issue of governance it comes into place, then the issue of leadership when people be looking at you now, your conceptions, you are taking out ability in terms of the technical, no, that then they begin to question that. So I want the issue of strategy to ring, let them revert the party from the media, let them go inside the other day instead of this.
They already been bringing it to us. All our beings out until they solve it. Yeah, that's the last call. Thank you. Thank you, the peacemaker.
Let's squeeze in
Yeah,
this one.
squeeze in that one. Let's
go ahead. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Marka. Thank you to your studio guest. I'm Moses Cameron. I will join this conversation from my district by resident.
Go ahead, Moses.
Okay. But they are quoting provisions. Hello. They are quoting. No. If you can't get a chance to ask you questions, then you can't be running it. Are you running the show?
I mean,
we're not taking calls again. Let's go back to our guest. Good morning. You listen to the callers. We just have 2 minutes.
Yeah, so thank you.
We can use it to close.
Let me use my closing remark to quickly say to the veteran, the big brother, David Koti will call the first caller as well. There's any lot of our return.
It was Melvin Lake from RGB.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, but okay, I want to say to Mr. Lake that I heard him like
Koti,
yeah.
Koti can speak serious.
Mr. Lake that we are on the side of the law. The Constitution protects us. We have not been expelled. The people who have been announcing our expulsion do not have that authority. In fact, that gathering was an assembly of few surrogates of the political leader who want to run the party unilaterally.
I thought I said the man political leader again.
The former political leader who want to run the party unilaterally and he has no authority because the tenure has ceased to exist as far as our constitution is concerned. And we want to say this, that we believe in the wisdom of the National Elections Commission. As we go to the National Elections Commission this afternoon, we are optimistic that Mr. Kimaya will be informed or reminded of the constitution that he himself drafted, that it is the national chairman and the national secretary general who has the authority to run the daily affair of the party and not any political leader.
Okay.
So he needs to dismiss and know that the party is a party of law and the constitution must be protected and upheld.
Okay,
thank you, Marka. Thank you for the opportunity. To be on your platform. I want to say thank you to Mr. Lake from Mangibi who is so concerned about whether there will be a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes, certainly there will be a light, and that is why we are relying on the premise of the law. Evident to that will be 2 o'clock this afternoon when we meet at the grounds of the National Election Commission. To our dear brother from the CDC, yes, certainly we did not start this fight on the public space. Kimia, supported by his guys, brought us and was intentional to bring us to this repute. But because we are on the side of the law, we can see the trend, and that's why county chairs are distancing themselves. We have received series of communications from most of the county chairs who names, in fact, were mentioned at the Saturdays at Fugada, who they said were signatory to the decision on Saturday. So we want to say clearly to our people, we will certainly bring our party back together. The former political leader knows that very well. It is about the party, the survivability of our party. It's about maintaining and upholding the constitution of our party. This is not about our main, the SG
Okay.
or the former political leader. It's about how we can stabilize our party, and it is that footprint we want to stay on, as it was enshrined by the forebearers of our party many years ago. Thank you so
Okay.
kindly.
Well, they've been our guest here on the last segment of the show this morning, Matthew Sean and Jeremiah Pay here, contesting against a decision from the party to expel them. They are going to the National Elections Commission to seek redress. And again, this afternoon they will be there. Thanks ever so much to all of our listeners, those who have been following us via Real TV on Facebook. Thanks ever so much to the team, Richard Lucini, Ansu, Sirleaf. My name is Marka Davis. We hope to be here tomorrow morning with O'Neill Roberts. Thanks ever so much for following. Bye bye for our end.